The sea holds secrets. Every wave tells a story. Pull up a seat, feel the roll of the deck, and join us for another captivating chapter of Tales from the Ship. I'm Captain Dan, and as always, my first mate Steph is here to the left.
Ahoy!
Joining us on the bridge today is
Hi, this is Chad. Good to meet you guys.
Chad. Well, I don't know a whole lot about you, Chad. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, maybe some cruise history?
Absolutely. Well, my name is Chad. I do a Twitch stream that we won't talk about at the moment. U.S. Navy veteran. So
Thank you for your service.
absolutely, thank you. It was an honor. So the ship turbulence, the motion of the ship has never bothered me, whereas it might some other people, of course. I was a technician in the Navy, and I went on to become a cybersecurity professional. Some people use the word hacker, but I try not to say that.
You're a legal professional hacker.
Absolutely.
Or reverse hacker.
Well, the term that is used is people say ethical hacker. I don't like that. I would just say I'm a hacker. The people who do the bad stuff are criminals. They're not hackers. Hackers are the good guys. We're all friends. We share information and knowledge. We like to party. And things of that nature. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes, NOLA, my favorite.
Absolutely. Have you guys been lately?
Oh, yeah.
Not lately.
Not lately. We went for our honeymoon, and then prior to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect honeymoon trip, of
Well,
course.
We took all of our wedding money that was given to us, and
Blew
instead of
it.
putting it on, because we had already bought a house, and
Right.
instead of doing that, we just like, fuck it, we ball.
Went to New Orleans. I love it. Hopefully you guys have caught Mardi Gras once or twice.
No, we've never made it to Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is love or hate. Living there, I myself don't seek to go to parades. It's kind of like living in Vegas, like my buddy who's with me on the ship. He doesn't go to the strip unless I'm there for a hacker convention, and he might join me then. He's like, I don't come here.
Yeah.
I live out in town. It's
What do they
fine.
call it? This is like HackCon or HackFest, or
I
is
actually
there a
had
cool
the
name for it?
Yes, I actually had the shirt on yesterday. It's a kind of a happy face, skull and crossbones, but it's a happy face. It's called DEF CON.
That's
the
it.
biggest one is called DEF CON. It's in Vegas every year around August. It's an absolute party. It's kind of like this. It's similar vibe to where everyone is a cool person one way or another. You just haven't spoken to them yet. Right. So it's an absolute vibe, and we are the good guys. We share information. It's not all hackers. We have defenders there as well. We make fun of them, but we still love them. We still love our defenders. The blue teamers, hackers would be the red teamers. And yeah, Vegas is the biggest conference. We do have multiple conferences throughout the year, mostly in America, all around the world, though. I would love to go to some overseas at some point. Maybe on a cruise ship. We'll see.
Yeah, a hacker cruise would be lit.
It is interesting. So one of my stories is, or maybe my story, the last time I did this cruise was in April, and I came here with my wife and 6 of my hacker friends, and we're trying to make it a thing. We're CCon noobs, something. So we're trying to make it a thing. Well, one of our friends got a new job. He bought the ticket and he got a new job, and therefore he couldn't go on the cruise, and he didn't buy a refundable ticket. Always buy either trip insurance or a refundable ticket. So all they could do was reschedule it. Well, he still couldn't go. So he has this ticket and he's trying to give it away, and he can't find anyone to give it to. So I organized the first one. He's like, Chad, we need to. I'm like, darn it. You know what? I guess I'm just going to have to go on your cruise for you. I'll take the hit and go on another Virgin Voyages cruise. It'll be fun.
You're a good friend.
You're a real good friend.
Good friend.
Someone had to do it, right? So my wife, who is a travel agent, added another a slot to the sailing, because it's a normal room with a balcony, and so it's a 2-person room. And initially, my 19-year-old daughter was going to come with me. Turns out Dad's not so cool to hang out with, and she wanted a summer job between semesters in college.
Can't
so I'm
hate
like,
on that.
oh man. And I then had trouble finding someone to go. So part of my history is after the military, I worked overseas between Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria, and I did that for about 13 years. So I called up one of my friends, who's with me now, Tim. He's in the gym, and he came with me. So I called Tim. I'm like, "Hey, Tim, I have this problem. There's a cruise. It's out of Miami. I need someone to go with me." And Tim, what are you doing? Oh, I'm buying a ticket to Miami. I'm like, I haven't told you anything else.
Doesn't matter. I'm doing it.
Yeah, and he immediately jumped on it, and we're having a blast.
Tim's a real one.
Tim is
Those are good friends.
awesome.
Chad and Tim, good friends.
Yeah, absolutely. We technically weren't supposed to, but we hit the solo meetups.
You're still solo.
I'm trying to sell him off to a nice person.
Oh yeah.
I am
I've done
absolutely
that.
trying to give him away, and I think I'm doing a great job at that. He's Tim's a great guy, and I've gotten him a good bit of attention on the cruise so far. I think he may fly home without me. We'll see how that works out.
That sounds like a resounding success.
Right?
We are actually, so if your listeners don't know, on Virgin Voyages in the normal room, the bed is actually 2 single beds put together, and then you can have it split in an L formation to be 2 beds, or you can have your room attendant make it a couch, like for the day.
Yep.
So we're having that done right now, and we're gonna have a group of people, and like we're gonna watch some movies. Since this is a sea day, we're gonna watch movies in the room. Tim might kick me out. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, we're having a blast. Tim's good. And if this doesn't work out, I'll let your audience know he's still single. And I will not hesitate to dox and drop his number on the podcast for anyone who is looking for a good guy.
Hashtag Tim needs a date.
Right. Yeah. So how are you guys enjoying the cruise?
Oh, we love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. I mean, there's one, we are huge cruisers, and so like going on that's just we haven't been on one since November.
Yeah.
We were just kind of
We
like
did
jonesing
six
for a
last year.
cruise.
So you guys were jonesing for like another cruise. You guys were
we
waiting
live
for
near
another.
Port Canaveral.
Okay.
We live right there. So a lot of times we just hop on a ship there.
Nice.
And but we were like, we really want to go. It's summertime. I don't like kids. And I was like, you know what? We're just going on this one. I don't care. It just goes to Key West and Bimini. That's fine. I just need to decompress and get away.
I actually do like kids, but this is just still great.
I like kids, but not on my vacation.
Well, some people don't like other people's kids.
Yeah, there's that.
Which is a whole thing. I'm a babysitter, but a lot of the regular cruise lines, and I'm sure you guys both know, has a group of teenagers.
Oh yeah.
And that group of teenagers are not good adults.
No, they're menaces.
I'm going to watch my
Like
words.
Lord of the Flies.
And they will be in the hallways at 3 a.m. and they will be doing random, silly, maybe destructive things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that here. It's kind of like you guys said. Everyone is cool. I have not had a bad conversation here. Standing in line.
Yeah, everybody.
Eating.
It's just a good vibe all around.
It is absolutely amazing.
And I met a bunch of people, and it's just everybody's super nice.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, I feel like they have some type of filter where all of the mean people are the jerks. They just don't sell them tickets. It's kind of weird.
Right.
Like, it's actually weird.
Yeah.
I think in environments like this, the people who aren't well suited for it, like if they didn't know ahead of time what they were getting into. My brother-in-law used to have blue hair. He's in the IT field as well. Worked like government work.
Good guy.
Very professional stuff. But he had blue hair.
Right.
And I was like, he used to say, it's my asshole filter. Because if the first thing you notice is the fact that I have blue hair and you say anything but something positive about it, I know ahead of time we're not going to be friends and we're not going to get along because that's just... And I think in this environment, everybody is just letting their flag fly.
Absolutely.
And so it's very easy to tell at a distance that's a fun person. I had so many people... I put out I'm fun vibes as hard as I can when I'm in environments like this.
Absolutely.
Like last night I have a short cut padded shoulder suit that's blue and it's covered in pineapples.
A lot of attention there.
Sometimes you get attention of people thinking I'm putting out a certain vibe. It's really just for the fun vibes.
Well, they literally sell Hawaiian shirts. Okay, I don't know what deck we're on.
Yeah,
they sell them here, but I understand.
Specifically, some people think
like, ooh, fun couple here, nice. Yeah, specifically. I actually thought putting that on your door was banned. Someone told me it's not. I don't.
So it's not allowed. They don't want things on the outside of the door. And
Okay.
for reasons that some people put stuff that maybe aren't magnets and they're stickers and now there's residue.
Yeah, so now you have the
we had an
adhesive.
issue where we were on a friend cruise. There was 28 of us and we had these little poker chips made so we could identify that it was our group's room.
Right.
By day 2, they were all gone. People stole them. I mean, why do you want that? It has our, we have a team logo. And what do you want from that? But
It's like
they
a
did.
Carnival cruise if they're all gone.
So.
Have you guys ever done a Disney cruise?
No.
No.
That's a whole different thing. Of course, a lot of people say Disney cruise would seem like it would be specific to kids, and there are a lot of kids on board. I could absolutely see an adult couple specifically going on a Disney cruise without kids.
Oh, my parents have done it. They said the kids basically, they seem like they live in the walls. You don't see them.
It's apparently they use their Imaginarium people that just engineered passageways for kids to just be kids.
So
I don't know if that's actually the case, but
so I've done one Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Both of my children at the time were maybe 6 and 7. We could have gone earlier, but we wanted them to remember it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was great. We did have the concierge service, which is extra service. But that cruise was absolutely amazing. We would send our kids to I cannot think of what they call it, the daycare.
Kids club.
It's probably the
yeah.
kids club. And, the kids are there and they do a song and a dance they do crafts and things like that. So a Disney cruise story about that is, when you step onto the ship, maybe just like here where we have our pictures in the app, when you step on the ship, there's a picture of your whole family, right? So everything you do, and the kids have to have either arm or ankle bands on. Mom and dad don't have to have that.
monitors for the children.
But specifically. And, it maybe has a Mickey Mouse or something on it that they will like and keep it on. But if you check your kids into the daycare, when you go to pick your kids up, of course, they scan your room key for the parents, and your family picture comes up. And of course, the kid has to be in the picture with you that you came up. And then they still scan the arm or ankle bracelet. And what they don't say out loud is the kid also has to want to go with you, right? So if kids are afraid to go with mom or dad, they're going to say, let them stay here for a while, and they'll maybe figure something else out. That's not said out loud too often. So having said all of that, somewhere in the middle of the cruise, on the back of the ship, there's a stage, kind of like the Red Room, I think.
Mhm.
There's kind of an auditorium, and there's a stage, the seating here, and there's a stage. And what they do is they bring the kids on stage, and they, there's a slideshow above them that's showing all the arts and craft and the things that they were doing in the kids club. And after it's over, the kids file out, and the kids go back to the daycare, where there is all of these security checks. Well, if you guys are parents in the audience and your child sees you after maybe a long day, what's baby gonna do?
Right.
He's
Yeah.
gonna want to
Yeah.
come to mom, which is where it gets interesting. By the way, a lot of my background is security, IT and otherwise. So you'll see a kid run for mom while the daycare people are lining the aisles. They're at the end of the aisles. We can't walk out. We can't walk out of the aisle until the kids are gone. Every once in a while, kids like, mommy, mommy. And you'll see a daycare person grab a child and lovingly walk away with them back to the secure area, right? Every once in a while, a kid will get away, which
Slippery
is an
bastard.
interesting... Okay, I didn't know the language parameters. Every once in a while, the kids would get away. And when the kids would go, and you've never seen a child so lovingly taken away from their loving parents. Well, one child got away, and it was like Indiana Jones. He ducked under one parent and hopped over another couple and ran, and they clinging on the mom, and the kids
Trying to catch a
crying
grease
all
pig.
upset, so on and so forth. And so my security eyes turned on, and what I'm watching is the two normal, let's say yellow shirt, the normal daycare people came from both directions up the aisle and were on each side of the parent. I'm watching, and mom's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. And they're looking up. So now a red shirt daycare person comes and puts her hand on the back of the child. Like, ma'am, we need to go back to the front of the ship. No, it's fine. They're like, ma'am, we need to go back to the front of the ship to make sure everything else is okay. It doesn't matter that the kid wants to go with you. we haven't done our verifications yet, right? So now I'm walking back to the front of the ship to get my kid, and I'm looking, and there are 2 daycare people in front and behind this person. That same red shirt still has her hand on the child. Mom's mad about this whole situation, but she has her hand on the child and they're walking. And if you look really close, you'll see 2 people in suits in front and also behind where I was standing. And I'm watching this. I'm telling my wife, I'm like, honey, are you seeing this? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's an entire security detail. And so they go to the front of the ship. The kid's still mad, mom and the mom and the child are, they're both upset about the situation, but they go to the front and they scan, and like 2 other people have to walk in and like, okay, this is fine. And they let them go. I'm like, I love the security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm wondering, was that like a VIP kid, or is that like
This was
standard issue protocol for all child security?
In my head, it's Disney and the safety of a child. If anything happened to any child at all at Disney, that Disney has now a problem to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So in the moment, as a parent, I can see might be upset with the situation. These people don't want me to just walk off with my child who is clearly upset about the situation. At the same time, as a security professional, I'm thinking, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like Mickey and Goofy in the rafters with sniper rifles on mom right here. It was one of the most amazing things, and it was seamless. And maybe not being with a paranoid security background like me, most other people didn't notice everything that I just described, but it was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Like maybe in the moment, like, oh, I'm upset, but at the same time, I'd be sitting there like, well, I'm glad, what if somebody tried to do this to my kid, to know that they have this amount of security is
right. Yeah, it's like
awesome.
Being mad at your friend who took your keys after a fun night at the bar behind us. I think it's fine. at the bar, right? Tomorrow morning you're gonna be happy your friend was there, right?
Right, yeah, like
yeah, absolutely.
Disney is absolutely really good. One last Disney story, because I could do this for an hour off of that one cruise. My 2 children and my wife were at dinner one night. So at dinner, you sit at the tables are numbered. So we had table 118 every night, and the restaurants rotate. It's like normal cruises. You eat here this night, here this night.
Yeah.
On the Disney cruise, the staff rotates with you.
Oh,
so
cool.
Second, third night of the cruise, the same person comes to the table. Okay, Sadie, I have milk for you. Casey, I have a Sprite for you. Dad, you wanted a Heineken or a Coke. Mom wanted a Coke. Dad, and it's that familiarity, which is great. Well, one night, my youngest daughter, she's done for the day. Head on the table. She is now a pillow on the table. So mom and my oldest daughter go off, and I get my daughter up on my shoulder, and the waiter comes. He's like, "Sir, would you like me to wrap up her food?" Okay, that's fine. He's like, "I'll have it sent to the room." I'm like, "Okay." I navigate through the ship, and I'm trying to get on the elevator. Well, I get to my room and I have my room key, and I'm trying to not drop my child. This arm reaches around me and grabs my room key. I'm like, what the heck? It's the waiter, and he's got one of these silver platters on his arm, and he opens the door and holds it up for me. I'm like, that's really cool. When I put my kid to bed, well, he didn't wrap up her food. He opens it, and he got her a whole new meal, and everything was individually wrapped.
Cool.
That story is all to say is all of the service throughout the whole ship was just like that. It was really nice. And also a different thing than this, for sure. But it was, I would suggest a Disney cruise with or without kids to anyone. It was absolutely fun. We had a good time. I remember most of the days. My kids remember the princesses walking around the ship, because that's a thing that would happen, or the characters walking around the ship randomly. It was absolutely fun. I suggest it.
Yeah. Our biggest problem with if we were to go on that is, like, we're just kind of poor.
I mean, they don't have a casino.
I was trying to leave your degeneracy off the table.
It's
but,
fine.
We like to gamble. And by we, I mean
they do not have a casino.
I like to drink, and
I'm
she
going
likes
to take
to
your
gamble.
word for it.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a problem
night.
here. I'm not seeing a problem here at all. Yeah, you're probably right. I know there's like a cigar room. There's a couple specific spots for adults only. There's maybe 2 adult themed restaurants. Actually, my wife and I, adult themed, adult only restaurants.
Adult themed.
Right. on a
got
Disney
weird.
cruise. Disney's opening up a little bit. My wife and I were at one of those one night, and the guy at the table behind, my wife also does photography. So the gentleman at the table behind us, he's got his phone, and we can see he's got something in his hand. And my wife was like, "What is he doing?" I'm like, "Honey, he's proposing." So I jump up and I grab his phone, and my wife immediately pulls out her camera, and beautiful moment. She said yes, it was good. And those are our friends to this day on
that's
Facebook
awesome.
because my wife sent her all of the pictures. She does camera things that I don't know about. It was they're to this day we're good friends and we converse on Facebook. But yeah, that's one cruise thing I'm sure you guys know about, all those little moments, and they all kind of add up. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's kind of the purpose of the show. Tales from the ship. Like,
Yeah, right.
Everybody's got a great story from, even if you've only been on one cruise.
Yeah, something
You've
happens.
got, and maybe it's not a great story for you, and maybe it's not a great memory, but bad memories are also good stories sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Carnival. I'm thinking Carnival.
We also make a point. We don't. If it's a negative story, we're not gonna.
No.
We're not gonna shout out anyone in particular.
Oh no. If there was a negative story, not because of Carnival, it would have been on Carnival, but almost not even. It's not even worth it. But even if it's just a nice conversation you had with that random person that started on the elevator, and you guys were going to the same bar for a few minutes, it just every interaction is treasured for sure.
Yeah, we've met some really cool people on cruise ships.
I really like this vibe. Like, there's something to do for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
When it's a party, they really throw a great party.
Oh yeah.
But
Scarlet Night tonight.
Like some cruise lines are just on a level that I'm not on anymore. I can't crank it up to 11 all day every day for 4 days. I will die. And I do not disparage anybody who's about that life, because I used to be.
Absolutely.
Hey, there's something for everyone.
What have you guys seen on this cruise that was really cool, or person that you guys have talked to? Or
I mean, there's been a handful. I had a handful of random people just come up and talk to me last night just because of the suit and the vibes.
Yeah.
So these two guys.
I love that.
There's this one guy I walked up. I went into the Loose Cannon bar, and he turned and he looked at me and he was like, "Yes, your next drink's on me. What kind of shot do you want?" I was like, "Do you want a shot?" And I was like, I didn't say not really, but my thought was, no, not really. But I don't turn down. If someone wants to buy me a shot, I'm gonna drink the shot.
Let's do a beer instead, buddy.
I can always drink a Fireball shot.
Okay.
It's not the most enjoyable, but I can put it down and it's not gonna hurt me.
Oh, the cinnamon.
Yeah,
I'm glad you can do it.
Yeah.
Bad memory. That causes changes. It's a problem. I can't do cinnamon anymore, and it is not a cruise story.
That's fair. I just couldn't think of anything off the fly, and it's like we're about to do trivia. It's like I gotta get this done real quick. But there was that guy. There was a younger guy. I mean, at my age this time, I think I would refer to him as a kid, young 20s probably. Also in cybersecurity.
Okay. Is his name Ty?
It was, yeah.
I met Ty. Last night.
We met Ty last night. He's awesome.
Ty is really awesome. Did you meet him at the PJ party?
He was on his way to the PJ party. I was up in the cigar section, and he was walking past. He actually mistook. They got the weird UFO shaped ashtrays.
Okay.
And he mistook one. He thought it was a hang drum. Are you familiar with a hang drum? It's like a UFO shaped circular metal hollow thing, and it's got scientifically placed cutout. Yeah, it's like steel drums
like the
play with your
Caribbean
hands.
drummers.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's you just set it in your lap and play it with your thumbs. He thought it was one of those, so he just came over and started talking to me, and then I don't know, it was 45 minutes. We just sat there and talked about this, that, and the other thing.
I met Ty at so there was a solo meetup with the Happenings cast with the Gamer and the Spark, and they're like, okay guys, you guys are all solo. We do these meetups so you guys can talk to each other and maybe start a WhatsApp group or something like that. And by the way, since you guys are solo, in case you haven't reserved dinners, if you go to this spot, in the rest of the solo meetups, what we'll have is the unclaimed tables, and you three can go to this restaurant, so on and so forth. Because
Cool.
as you know, on Virgin Voyages, 45 days out, you start reserving your restaurants. So 44 days out, you probably may not be able to get those, because everyone who knows that are immediately
Midnight.
doing that.
Yeah.
So they've set it up to where every night the solo people can go to these nicer restaurants instead of just eating the galley. So Tim and I went there that first night. They're like, tonight it's razzle dazzle. There'll be a table just for the solo people. So on and so. Well, I met Ty there, and that's when I started. The way I say it, I've started weaponizing my OCD.
Mhm.
Everyone at the table, I started memorizing their names. So let's see, it was Ty, Fred, Eric, Tracy, Stephanie, Amanda, my buddy Tim. I specifically did that. I started memorizing every name.
Do you use a mnemonic device for that, or do you just have that naturally?
I actually don't have it naturally. What I do is I repeat your name, Dan, a few times in the conversation. So, Dan, it is awesome to know that you guys spent your honeymoon in New Orleans, right? And I will do that, and I will,
Make
like,
it
in a
stick.
joke later, try to bring up something in the
I
conversation.
need to develop that habit because I am shit with names. Like people I just met, I'll shake your hand, hey, nice to meet you, and then the immediate next sentence I'll forget the name, but I will never forget your face.
Right.
Right? I see your face like 10 years from now. I'll be like, I know you.
I don't know why I know you.
I'm
I
like-
don't know. I know you from this cruise
You.
ship.
You're
Like,
the person with the
yeah,
thing.
I went on that sailing. We met on shore at Taino Bay in the Dominican Republic. Like, I know faces, and I have to get into the habit of repeating names. It only takes 3 or 4 times.
Ty.
Yeah, Ty.
Yep.
So yeah, what I had a
That guy
picture.
rules.
Oh, he is absolutely awesome. He's actually kind of popular with a few ladies, but yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, let's see. We had dinner with Ty, Eric. Well, there's me. Letitia's sitting next to me. Chuck, by the way, if you haven't met Chuck, he's a veteran. He's some veterans are loud. He's gonna get everyone's attention. Like everyone in the area
Mm.
is gonna hear a lot of the conversation. Tim, Catherine, Shelly, B, and a few people had left the table already. But yeah, I was in the middle, but I specifically will repeat names. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Ty over there, and he said this. Our conversation where we whittled it down to we both did the same thing was very interesting. It took about 45 seconds. Like, oh, what do you do? It's like, I'm in IT. I'm like, oh, what type of IT? He's like, well, security. I'm like, oh, okay, buddy, red or blue? He's like, are you kidding? Red. I'm like, which means pen testers or ethical hackers. And I'm like, oh, and we immediately knew that we have a lot of the same actual
I
knowledge
just fully
from work,
expected
which
you to
is
be like,
so
challenge
awesome.
coin.
Well, he's not been to that conference in Vegas yet, which I think he's planning on going this year. But yeah, Ty is absolutely great. He's good. Everyone here is great, of course. But that was a great conversation. It's interesting that well, I guess it's a small, really small world right now, right? We're gonna probably run into the same people, but that was cool.
Yeah.
You just brought it back to hacking. I still want. I want hack cruise.
I
feel like
I
it's really
want
cool.
hack cruise.
Like you could set up a second, like an intranet on the ship.
yeah,
That like all the invitations to all the events you have to figure out a way to get into.
we call those CTFs or capture the flags, but absolutely, we would if I had enough people meaning resources of people knowing how to do different things, you could set stuff like that up.
You could crowdfund it.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, you would absolutely crowdfund the efforts. I have friends that build servers. I have a couple of people that make courses. I know people that do hardware stuff. Matter of fact, from that first one, I have a guy. At a lot of the hacker conferences, you have a badge. Some of the badges are electronic, and it'll be a flashing light, but the badge is basically your ticket. There weren't enough people to have badges for my friends on the last Virgin Voyages cruise, but I'm having them 3D printed now by 2 of my friends that I've crowdsourced it out to for the first one. Yeah, and it's fun. Usually at hacker conferences, if you have a black badge, it's still being your ticket. Your black badge is your ticket to that conference for life. So if you get a black badge at DEF CON, for instance, that black badge will get you into every DEF CON after that.
Right.
So
You're an OG. your.
Yeah, exactly.
your
So my friends in that last one, they're all gonna have black badges, and when I see them again at DEF CON, I'm gonna hand them out to them, and it's kind of a thing for sure. But yeah, um, it. I plan on doing that. You guys might see me and a bunch of random hackers running around the ship, looking for a USB port or something crazy.
Yo, listen, if you can make it happen or you put
Oh.
something in the works, yeah, honestly, reach out to us. I would love
Absolutely,
to follow
dude.
the story of HackCon at sea.
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
What type of work do you guys do?
I'm
Uh-oh.
a professional hooligan.
Okay.
I
That's
do,
the best way to be.
I work in engineering.
Okay.
I'm a test pilot for engineering and prototypes for Can-Am and Sea-Doo. So I spend 6 to 8 hours a day riding jet skis, ATVs, side-by-sides, boats, and the on-road spiders.
I want to be you when I grow up.
Yeah,
That sounds
It's
awesome.
really awesome. It's one of those jobs that's so awesome that it takes a while to start caring that I don't really make any money doing it.
Now,
But like I also have access. We have a loaner fleet, so I can borrow boats, jet skis, ATVs for my own leisure time. So I try to do the math and factor like a boat payment, an ATV payment, a side-by-side payment, and I see how much all of that would cost plus insurance, and then I add that to my yearly salary
Okay.
as a perk. So like
Nice.
total compensation goes up
nice.
for all those things that I can play with in my spare time, but I don't have to pay for.
That sounds awesome. When you said test pilot, my head went a different direction.
My
For-
head
for-
went
for a
in a
minute.
different direction too when I first applied for the job. I was like, I don't fly planes,
I do.
and yeah,
I'm only a private pilot, though.
yeah, and like the global company, like BRP owns Rotax, so they
Okay.
make a lot of plane engines. So that was my first thought was like,
It-
Rotax makes plane engines. Is this a flying planes role?
The entire light sport aircraft line of planes is all Rotax. I don't remember the number. 360, 390. 80 horsepower engines, 90 horsepower engines. I
Yeah.
know for light sports they can't be over 100, maybe. That's awesome though.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's a really really awesome job. And
Nice.
it's close to home, so my commute every day is like 7 minutes.
Oh, you could walk to work.
Through,
Nice.
through like back streets.
Right.
I don't have to. I don't have to get on like main roads where we live super congested. It's literally the opposite of hers.
Okay. What did your work?
I'm a project manager for train signaling.
Train Signal, the training company?
No, like all the
The actual
technology
train
that
signals?
like
Okay.
like controls their speed on the tracks,
The big silver box
puts
next to
makes
the
the arms go
signals.
down, all of that. So that's
So when I took the train from Fort Lauderdale where I landed to Miami, all of those boxes that dropped the
Is that
Did you take the Bright Line or the Amtrak?
it's a kind of a triangle, like a wide. Is that a bright line? I think it was a bright
Sun-
line.
Did
a
it go
Sunrail.
fast?
Not really.
This
No.
is Sunrail.
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 It's
Uh,
like this the Miami Metro train.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did some of that. So like I've done I just recently became a project manager. I used
Nice.
to do
Congratulations.
configuration management and so I have worked, various projects, Chicago, Toronto, Washington, all over.
Awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
That sounds fun.
I would love to keep doing this all day, but trying to keep them a little bit short and sweet. So, you had mentioned something about like not wanting to get in like what you do. You said you do Twitch streaming. You are fully welcome to go ahead and like plug your stream if you want.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
like so some people can find you and what you do.
Absolutely. I am a Twitch streamer. Real quick, when I first started streaming is before I knew anything about cybersecurity. So I stream as Chad B _noob N00B on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv at /Chad B _noob.
That's great.
And I still use that even though I'm a professional pen tester now because
Keep it.
we're always learning. That's
Yeah.
the whole conference thing where everyone has something to teach everyone. There's far too much information for everyone to know everything.
My gamer tag on almost everything is noob time.
Absolutely.
And that was
I love
just
it.
because one day we were sitting, doing the young person thing of like getting blitzed and playing Call of Duty, and I would just run around with the knife. Just like, I don't care what guns I have. I would just run. It was back when the knife never
Nice.
leaves, and if you tap, like, you can tap the sprint right as you tap the knife, and you'll like do a long stride stab, so you can hit for like 20 feet away. And I would just sprint around the map and long stab, and I would be super toxic. I would, turn my mic on and just run over and be like, noobs time, long stab.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
And then I made it my gamer tag.
Nice. The only other thing I have is I have a very active Discord server specifically for people coming into cybersecurity. It's called NoobSec. And to get there, it would be discord.gg/N00B. And it exists because when I first started, I went places to ask questions and there was a lot of gatekeeping. So in my server, there's specifically not. You guys can join.
Awesome.
I'm gonna join.
Absolutely.
I need to learn more
Absolutely.
about all things digital. I've avoided it for a long time. My
Absolutely.
job's very analog, so.
Yeah.
But
Do you
if
have long reports to write after the testing?
So sometimes, but generally there's a list of questions that, like, on this vehicle, these are the new parts that we're paying attention to. So
Right.
anything to go with these systems, there's questions. And then if I have any breakdowns, any technical issues, I make a secondary note regarding that.
Gotcha.
But that's a story for another day.
Understood.
Chad, it's been fantastic chatting with
Absolutely,
you.
Dan.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank
and,
you.
I think that's all.
That's
for
all.
this episode of Tales from the Ship. Big thanks to Chad for joining us, and crew, we appreciate you tuning in. Till next time, calm seas and clear skies.